My goodness, good afternoon, my friends. Are you so excited to be here? Let me hear you loud. Oh my gosh, well, I'm so excited about this topic this afternoon. And I just want to first just give a huge shout out to our amazing Ambition unit. We have just truly just had such an exceptional year, and it is just because of you that I'm standing here. So I love you all dearly, and shout out to my husband Carter for being here, my amazing mom. And so I am so passionate about today's topic because between you and me, I'm about to share the secret sauce to building your team. So grab your notebook, grab your pen, we're about to interact together. And I believe that when you work hard, when you make choices that others are not willing to make, and when you truly focus on action instead of results, you will experience the life of your dreams. I started my business at 18 years young, eager to earn extra income with Mary Kay, and very passionate about what this business can do for you. And so I would love for you to just pull out your pen and write down what would be your goal of our conversation and time here together today, because you cannot have a perfect takeaway unless you know what one is. And you are very intelligent because you're in this room. So what is the one thing you know that you need to take away today to up your team building game? And so number one, let's talk strategy. Number one, why develop your team and move along the career path to your red jacket? Somebody say money, honey. Oh yes. Okay, so let's talk about the cash money, y'all. After your first 4 months of your business, you can continue to earn the $50 cash team building bonus for each new personal team member who becomes Great Start qualified. And I don't know about y'all, but if you do that enough times, that is a good trip to Home Goods, you know what I'm saying? So, oh my goodness, the money, you guys. 4, 6, and 8% commission opportunities, $100 red jacket bonus, $100 red team building bonus, and your $200 Raising Red DIQ bonus. There are so many bonuses. And so please write down on your paper what amount of money that you don't anticipate having this month would mean a lot to you. Please write it down. We don't talk about money. It's why banks are quiet. But what amount of money do you need in your life that you and your family could benefit from? Get smart, get in your hotel room alone tonight, look at the advanced brochure and say, where is Mary Kay going to compensate me on the career path? We underestimate the money this company is willing to give you. Unlimited earning potential. Let's get serious about it, you guys, because every appointment you go into can change the projectile of you and your children's lives when you're strategic in your communication and the money that you can earn with this. B is necessity. Raise your hand if red jacket is the next destination for you. See many hands. Okay, I want you to stand up if your free car is the destination for you. Do I see some ladies standing in the house? I see you. So if you just stood up, I want to challenge you to write this down. In order to go on target this month, all you need is you got to be active. You got to have 5 or more active personal team members. You must have 5,000 or more combined wholesale personal one, section 1 production, and team wholesale section 1 production in a calendar month. Thank you, advanced brochure. So AKA 5 team members, 5,000. You got to be active. They all got to be active. You can do it. We make this way too hard. 5 women. Y'all, if you knew tonight that you cannot get your credit card or your car or drive back home if you did not have 5 team members and 5,000 wholesale, couldn't we all figure it out by Sunday? We make this too hard. Okay. Next thing I want to challenge you is to think bigger. Red jacket is only as easy or as hard as you make it. And I'm a tough love kind of gal. How hard are you making it? It's not that hard. And I'm going to give you some strategies of how to do it. So I want you to first put yourself there. See what makes it meaningful. I would love for you to write down or maybe reflect tonight, what is making earning your red jacket meaningful to you? What makes it meaningful? And what is making earning your car meaningful to you? It's very important, in my opinion, to have tangibles and non-tangibles. Tangibles are the money. Non-tangibles is, wow, the confident leader I'll become by earning it. And so what evidence do you have on your phone, in your bathroom, in your office that you can do this? At 19 years young, I decided I would be the youngest Cadillac driver on my college campus because after all, the campus felt a little sleepy. And I played this affirmation affirmation, not knowing what I was doing, having 40 unit members, but I had a vision of my pink Cadillac because I knew that that was going to be where I was meant to be. So I want to share the affirmation that I played every morning for 6 months, my sophomore year of college, not knowing how I was going to do it. It makes me emotional because are you living in your vision? Are you living in your future? I want to play this for you because this is what it really took. I can do hard things. I am earning my pink Cadillac. I am a leader. I am 20, blessed, and highly favored. I am a child of the King. I know that until my one thing is done, all else is a distraction, and I am highly confident. I am courageous, and I make friends easily. Are you playing your affirmation? Are you seeing it loud? Are you seeing it? If you're not experiencing your dream life, it's because you have to do some brain work. You've been trained how to team build. It's all in your mind. Everything you do, it's all up here. This is where your red jacket lies and your free card. Do some brain work, you guys. And so what makes this meaningful to you? Are you working towards things that look crazy to others but make perfect sense to you? Are you betting on your own belief in your ability and your vision, even when everyone else thinks that you're crazy and they want you to stop? Do not stop. You can do it, and your vision is more powerful than anyone else's because you have ownership in it. Number 2, let's talk about keeping team building easy. So A is believing that you can. And oftentimes what can happen is we can be trained on a skill, and if we have limiting beliefs around the topic, here's what's happening. So if you're sitting here and you have a limiting belief around building your team, what's happening is you're hearing this information and you have like these Wonder Woman bangles, and you're sitting here and you're taking notes and you're nodding, and the inside dialogue is going, Megan, I am so not doing that, right? Sometimes if you have a limiting belief, you're not able to digest the training. So I want to ask you, if you're that woman here, what is your limiting belief around building your team? Please write it down. What is your limiting belief? What's holding you back? And in that statement that you wrote down, I want to ask you whose voice that is. Is that yours or is it someone else's? Because a lot of times we let other people's voices hold us back. Inside of you, there's a confident woman who is ready to be a sales director. Our company needs more leaders, you guys. You're sitting here, you're capable, you can do it. It's all in your mind. And so what can also happen is sometimes we can play the comparison game. And so tonight, I want to challenge you to write down, what are my strengths? And based on the knowledge I have on team building, what do I bring to the table for building my team? Because a lot of times, you guys, I want to do some inside dialogue before I train you, because if you don't really believe you can, I could train you all day and it actually doesn't matter. And so what do you have that can apply your team? Okay, next point B. Mary Kay, I love this. It's a mathematical business, not an emotional business. Can I get an amen? Mary Kay is a mathematical business, not emotional. We are so emotional as women. So let's think about something, you guys. I want you to write down, how many faces have you been in front of in the last 30 days? Write it down, seriously. How many faces have you been in front of in the last 30 days? I want us to imagine that we are walking into corporate America right now, and we come into corporate America and we told them that we wanted to be promoted to the top percentage of the company. You heard the social media gal say, sales directors are less than 10% of the force. And I want us to pretend that we walked in there and we told them that we were bringing in 8 new clients per week, which would be a power start, right? And we told them we're doing 6 to 8 hours of work per week, and we want to be promoted to the top 10%. What do you think corporate America would say to us? What would they say? Those of you who work full-time jobs outside of Mary Kay, what would they say? They might giggle. They say, okay, how is your Mary Kay business any different? And I remember thinking that thought my freshman year of college, and I told my leader, I said, we doing 30 faces a week. Y'all was exhausted, but let me tell you, I was a sales director making $8K a month though, you know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to say that, sorry, legal. But seriously, you guys, when you treat this business like a business, oh honey, it pays you like one. So what are your faces? To keep this simple, I have lots of notes. Here's my question. How many faces are you seeing? How many faces are you committed to? Do you have 10 on the books at all times? Seriously. Okay. Number C, staying booked up. Staying booked up. 10 on the books at all times. I'm gonna come back to this. You just had an amazing booking class, so this seems irrelevant because team building, that was my own irrelevancy. Okay, number 3, team building strategies. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty skill sets. What do I say? How do I team build? You guys, this year has been catastrophic for us on team building. It like gets my heart going. So I'm gonna give you some background information. You're gonna be the smartest Mary Kay woman out there because you know how people tick. My number 1 top tip for team building is that listening is your best recruiting tool. We talk women in and out of doing Mary Kay because we overshare. Listening is your best recruiting tool. The best way to communicate is actually to listen. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. There's a verse that says that your tongue is like the rudder on a ship. It can move things. So can your ears. Close your mouth, and I say that with all the love and respect. So let's talk about people and let's talk about how they tick. We all know about DISC. We're overtrained on DISC and Mary Kay, but I do want to share something with you. I ask at the very beginning of my appointment, do you like all the details, a little more information, or the big picture? If they say that they like all the details, they are likely a C personality. If they say they want a little more information, they're likely an S or a D. And if they want the big picture, they're likely an I. A D personality is outgoing and task-oriented. You want a lot of Ds on your team because you will have a strong team of winners. I'm a D. We get things done. We're racehorses. Who are my D's in the room? We are racehorses, right? Don't tell me how, just tell me when it needs to be done, and you just watch it be done. Am I right? My D's in the room. Now our I's, we love y'all. We want you at all the parties. The I's are outgoing and people-oriented. They're not worried about the details. They're like, as long as it's fun, I'm here, right? The C's, reserved and task-oriented. Maybe that's you. Oh, C's are powerful women because you guys know how to do systems and you have a business that is a well-oiled machine. Oh my gosh. And S is reserved and people-oriented. She's amazing on your team because she's going to bring you to 20 new people when she signs up. She's going to be the easiest person to move. So let's talk about what do they want? What's the psychology? I do not believe in going into interviews blindly because I'm doing 30 interviews. How many of you have done 30 interviews just because I'm doing it and checking the box? Let's see the hands. Seriously, who's done it before? You're like, I'm just doing it. Strategy, let's talk strategy. Dominant, what do your D women want? The ones who say, yeah, I like a little more information. They want direct answers. They want a challenge. They want authority and power, and they want bottom line results. This woman needs to see, we'll talk about it, but she needs to see the income and how can she move up. The influential women, what do they need? They need recognition, status, opportunities, and a favorable work environment. If you can truly think through this before a conversation with them, you can recruit her. And S, the supportive one, they want stability, predictability, benefits, and consensus. They want to know, how do I make money and how is this predictable? They want to know it's a safe opportunity. The C's want structural accuracy, security, and proven systems. And so what does she like when she's listening to you in the team building conversation? The dominant wants a direct, concise message. She likes your innovative problem-solving ideas, and she dislikes when you repeat the same details in the team building conversation. If you repeat the same thing, she's like, get to the point. You want to recruit a D? Learn how to do it fast and dominant. Practice in the mirror. That's what I did. I was like a little baby. I was like, I don't even know how to apply eyeshadow, but God bless, I'm going to figure out how to recruit that woman. You know what I mean? Fast, decisive, that's all you need to share with them. She wants you to respond to her answers and approval. When she tells you how many appointments she wants to do, you say, oh girl, that's such a good idea. She wants to feel heard, she wants to feel recognized, she wants you to see her. She wants you to say, oh my gosh, Susie, you are the best teacher in your school. You're so influential, they all love you. Can you even imagine how your business is gonna be? Okay, and S, she wants to hear the details of the business. She's likely the one who says, I need to talk to my husband, or I need to pray about it. She really does need to pray about it. That's your S. The C's are cautious. In your team building conversation with her, she needs clarity and she wants defined direction, and she wants to feel respected and she wants to feel praised. So I'm gonna walk you guys through what my team building interview sounds like. That way you can really hear what this sounds like and what I'm thinking throughout the conversation. So the first thing I say is I'm gonna ask you these questions because I really wanna get my finger on the pulse of what women in your demographic and age range are looking for. And I'm becoming $1 million director, and I'm highly committed to building a team of powerful women who wanna work hard and who wanna make a lot of money. Are you telling them where you're going? Are you telling them that you are looking for a committed team of women who are wanting to work hard and who want to make a lot of money? We are not looking for lazy women, we are looking for ambitious women, period. Are you telling them what you're looking for? Women want to follow someone who's going somewhere. Truly, that's all that they want. And so they'll say, sure, you can ask me the questions. The first question I ask is, what's the one thing you really need most in your life right now that you currently do not have? Because the truth of it is, you can't recruit her till you know what she needs. And so she might say, what do you mean? I say, what does your current lifestyle, job, and relationship what doesn't it give you that you're currently looking for? And I'm sitting there with pen and paper taking notes. I learned this from Pam Shaw. She said, Megan, she wouldn't mind me sharing. She said, you're talking too much. Look at us, dude. She's like, you're talking too much. I was like, I am? You're talking too much. Pam tells you you're talking too much, you're talking too much. I was like, okay. Pen and paper, y'all, writing it down. The second question is, what do you value most in your life right now? She'll tell you, you say, with that value, what fulfills that for you? So for example, she might say, my family is what I value most. I said, I love that, you're family oriented. With the value of your family, what fulfills you with your family? What do you love to do that fulfills you? Because the truth of it is if you show her an opportunity to make money, but if she's not gonna get what she wants and she cannot keep what you value, she doesn't care if we have 100% profit margin. She's not gonna give up what she values for money, right? We're women, we're smart, we wouldn't do that. The next thing I ask is, if I could support you in getting what you need and keeping what you value, what would you need to know about owning your own Mary Kay business? I just really cut to the chase. Rather than sharing information, ask her, what do you really need to know in order to get started with your business? From there, Mary Kay has many resources online, especially our amazing new team building brochure. And so I'm gonna share with you how I share about our avenue of income. So the next thing that I ask her is, I say, would you like to take a guess of what percentage you can make on everything that you sell in Mary Kay? And she says, oh my gosh, 10%? And I say, girl, no, she says, I'm like, girl, that's a good guess, that's a good guess. I'm like, okay, it's a little higher, guess again. She's like, is it 20? I'm like, girl, keep going. She's like, well, you're really excited, so is it like 60? I'm like, girl, it's 50%. She's like, what? I'm like, I know. So personally, I go through and I say, on average, if you were to sell $500 at a skincare party, and if it took you 1 to 2 hours, how many appointments would you want to hold per week? She'll write it down, so then she'll calculate her profit. I say, if you were to profit that $500 a week and that $2,000 a month, what would you do with your extra money, Susie? And she tells you. And I would lock in your brain what it is that she tells you. The next thing I go through are the reorders, and then I briefly go through our car program. I say, did you know that you can earn a car with Mary Kay? She's like, yeah. I'm like, girl, that's my pink Cadillac out back. She's like, nuh-uh. I'm like, uh-huh. You know, and if you don't have it, you say, this is the car I'm earning, right? And show them what you're earning. After that, I briefly share that you can earn commission on team building. After that, I just go through quick advantages, and the advantages that I go through, I do based on their disc. They do not need this much information, very strategic in the communication that's shared. A D personality wants to hear about the career path and advancement because she wants authority and power. The I personality wants to hear about the recognition and meeting new friends because she really wants a favorable work environment and that recognition like we talked about. And S wants to hear about the stability of creating your own business at your own pace. And the C wants to hear about the security of the 90% buyback and proven results that you have seen in your own business. And so I recommend printing off one of your weekly plan sheets to show a C personality the tangible results of what you can earn. And so my closing questions are this: what appeals to you the most out of everything that you heard? And then at this point, you guys, I'm kind of in my brain, I'm kind of like a beast at this point. I'm like, I'm about to get her, you know? You might think you're done with your appointment at closing the sale, but you have just gotten started when you've closed the sale. You are not finished yet. This is the moment, y'all, where I am like, what does she need to know? I'm sitting there thinking, all right, what does she know? And what I think a lot of times I haven't even thought of to right now is I am thinking, it's such a backdoor mentality in my brain. I'm like, in 20 minutes, I'm gonna have an agreement in. That's literally what I'm thinking. I'm like, in 20 minutes, she's gonna be in. It's to the point in my office, I literally have had a whiteboard, and I really respect my husband's opinion. So in July, I remember every time we had a new recruit, I was like, Carter, can you please write it on the board? So who do you respect, and you want them to fill in your goal for you? It wasn't gonna do it for me, for anyone else to do it but him. So who is it that you need, and you need for them to hold you accountable? For me, that's what it was. I was like, Carter, I need you. What are you gonna do to hold yourself accountable? I mean, literally, you guys, I'm thinking in that interview, in that closing question, like, I'm gonna get her signed right now. And I don't think about just doing the closing questions and we're done. In my brain, I'm like, we are gonna sit here and talk this through until she signs. And if she tells me no, fine. But I'm like, we're gonna sit here and have a natural, organic conversation. Are you thinking that way? I wanna challenge you to change your thinking when you go home. Are you thinking we're gonna talk this through until she signs? So I asked her, if you knew it was $30 to begin your business, and if you knew you could succeed, would you ever consider doing Mary Kay to make extra money? And she was like, yeah, I would. And I just asked her, I said, well, be totally blunt, would you like to go ahead and do this? Big smile. It's a big smile. It's hell till she tells me yes. And she sometimes, well, let's go through some objections. I think I have 4 minutes. Let's go through some objections. So, she might say, I'm gonna tell you some things I've heard here recently, and you've heard them too. One of my favorite is, I just don't know if I have the time. How many of y'all, you've heard that until you're in the grave, right? Okay. I say, well, Susie, how many appointments did you write down on your paper per week? And she says, well, I said 2. And I say, okay, Susie, let's highball this, and let's say that each appointment took 2 hours. Would a 4-hour investment of time each week be worth the extra money to you to earn your trip to Disney? Or whatever it was she told me. That would change. Ask her a question back. Don't tell her, oh, it doesn't take a lot of time. She's sitting there thinking, you're lying to me. She's sitting there, she's like, you're not being honest. Ask her, would the 4 hours extra, would that be worth it to you to make some extra money to send your kids to the private school? Susie, I have full belief that if we just did this 4 hours a week, I can help you make the extra money. What do you think? Are you being natural like that, you guys? Another one we get is, I'm just not really the sales type. How many of y'all you've gotten that? I'm just not into sales. I don't sell anything. Right. I say, you know what, Susie, I completely hear you. I'm not the sales type either. In fact, I don't like salespeople. And what I found is that as long as you can help them with their skin and they can authentically feel with their intuition that you're just wanting to help them, the sale usually comes pretty easy because they fall in love with you before they fall in love with the product. If I could train you on how to help people fall in love with you so you could get great sales results, is that something you would be willing to do? If I could train you on how to help people fall in love with you, that's our language as women. We love love. That's why Valentine's Day is like our favorite. We love love. And so asking that question. Another one that I think that we get sometimes, especially in this virtual world, is, I just really don't know a whole lot of people. I don't know a whole lot of people. How many of you guys have gotten that one? I just don't know a whole lot of people. And so with that one, you guys, what I typically say is hopefully you're playing that referral game that you've probably been trained to play. If you're not playing one, go Google one. There's probably 100 billion of them. And I just say, well, Susie, that list you texted me of your 4 friends who you gifted your makeover to, we just really start with those 4 friends. And they all are gonna know 4 friends that you don't know yet. So if I could show you how to start on the 4 friends and then expand from there, what are your thoughts on that? So instead of asking closed-ended questions, I always ask who, what, where, when, why questions. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about that? How would that make you feel? Because then it's more of a conversation and less of you presenting something to her. And so number 4 in closing is your action plan. The first thing, and this is huge because if you don't do anything else, please do these next 3 steps. A is going to be your list of those who you've been in front of in your Mary Kay career so far. So what I would do, you guys, is go through your Venmo, go through your ProPay account, and make the list of every woman that you've been in front of. And this is what I did in January because I really was just deciding to do, I just got in the mood to do some interviews, and I tried this and it worked. So I filmed a video of myself, and I chose certain prerequisites I wanted. I chose teachers, nurses, doctors, stay-at-home moms. I chose multiple professions, and then I wrote down customers' names next to it that applied to it. And I sent them a video, and it sounded like this. I said, "Hey, Susie." Oh my gosh, I remember saying, I was like, "Happy New Year. I hope your New Year was amazing. Listen, I know this is so random. I'm sending you a video, but I've actually been accepted into an accelerated leadership program with Mary Kay to become what's called a $1 Million Director. And one of the prerequisites I've set in place for myself is actually sharing about what I do with a teacher. And you are my one teacher friend who I feel comfortable to reach out to. And I was curious if you would be willing to let me hop on the phone for 10 minutes and just get your honest opinion on what I do, and I'll have a free gift for you. So just let me know if that's something you would be willing to help me with, and I'm so excited to talk to you soon. And then they felt handpicked, and you guys, literally so many recruits came from that. It was crazy. And so A is getting your list in place and booking them for interviews. Whether you do it that way or another way, I definitely recommend getting back in front of those who you have facial in the past. B is to create a new, fresh booking list. Go through your referrals and ask yourself, have I truly turned every single tassel of the people that I know? I would make a fresh booking list. And number C is accountability. Decide what your non-negotiable red jacket date is going to be. Because if you don't set a date on a goal, it's likely to never be seen through to completion. You need a date on a goal. That's the reason why sometimes we want to lose 20 pounds and we never say our date and we never lose the 20 pounds, right? And so what is the date that you will be in your red jacket by, or that you'll be earning your free car by? And so the next thing that I want to challenge you to do is just to set in place some accountability for yourself of who is going to be my accountability partner. Maybe for you, your recruiter won't do it. It needs to be your husband, or vice versa. And set in place your accountability for who you want to be your accountability partner. So what we're going to do in closing, y'all, is I'm going to take a fun, fast video, and I want you to tag me as we chant this on Instagram and message me when you finish your red jacket. So y'all pull out your phones real quick. This is not a plug. I really do want to know when you finish. Okay, so we're gonna do a fast chant, and I'm gonna video it. And my Instagram is Megan_E_Chapman. I need to legally change my name. My poor husband's probably mortified. Okay, so we're gonna chant this, you guys. Are you ready?